noble humans of Stormwind are a proud, tenacious race. Though the recent invasion of the demonic Burning Legion decimated their sister kingdom of Lordaeron, the defenders of Stormwind stand vigilant against any who would threaten the sanctity of their lands. Nestled in the foothills of Elwyn Forest, Stormwind City is one of the last bastions of human power in the world. Ruled by the Child King Anduin Wrynn, the people of Stormwind remain steadfast in their commitment to the Grand Alliance. Backed by their stalwart allies, the armies of Stormwind have been called away to fight the savage horde on distant battlefields. With the armies gone, the defense of Stormwind now falls to its proud citizens. You must defend the kingdom against the foul mongrels that encroach upon it, and hunt down the subversive traitors who seek to destroy it from within. Now is the time for heroes. Now humanity's greatest chapter can be told.
Hello everyone, welcome to World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore and our Human Paladin. I appreciate you joining me today, and I hope you are all doing well. Today we're taking on the Ironman challenge for the first time, but with a bit of an immersive twist. In addition to the Classic Ironman rule set, I will be reading out all quest text, and not a single add-on will be active at any point. I have a decent understanding of our path through the early game, but at some point I'm going to have to rely on quest text to get the job done. This playthrough is going to be a bit of a nostalgic and meditative experience for me. I always take my characters with a bit more of a relaxed approach, but I really wanted to take it even slower this time around. I want to enjoy the tiniest details that I can and try to figure out everything on my own. No assistance from Google or a guide. Just me and the world. And with that, let us begin our journey through Elwyn Forest.
How are you?
Hello, Deputy Willem. I hope you strapped your belt on tight, young paladin, because there's work to do here in Northshire, and I don't mean farming. The Stormwind Guards are hard-pressed to keep the peace here, with so many of us in distant lands and so many threats pressing close. And we're enlisting the aid of anyone willing to defend their home and their alliance. If you're here to answer the call, then speak with my superior, Marshal McBride. He's inside the abbey behind me.
Have a good one.
Very well, let's speak with Mr. McBride.
Greetings. Be careful.
Ah, good. Another volunteer. We're getting a lot of you these days. I hope it's enough. The human lands are threatened from without, and so many of our forces have been marshaled abroad. This, in turn, leaves room for corrupt and lawless groups to thrive within our borders. It is a many-fronted battle we wage, Sedelian. Gird yourself for a long campaign.
For the Alliance.
Your first task is one of cleansing, Sedelian. A clan of kobolds have infested the woods to the north. Go there and fight the kobold vermin you find, reduce their numbers so that we may one day drive them from Northshire.
Be careful.
Very good. Yeah, having no add-ons is going to be very interesting to get used to. We've got a blank map, not even the quest markers will show up, so yeah, without the additional game knowledge, we're going to just have to explore and figure things out on our own if we forget something.
Good day to you.
Egan Peltskinner is looking for someone to hunt wolves for him. That's good news, because we're seeing a lot more wolves in Northshire Valley lately. If you're interested, then speak with Egan. He's around the side of the abbey to the left.
Safe travels.
kill some wolves as always. We'll get into the challenge aspect a little bit more, I think, as the episode and the series progresses. I'll go down the list and kind of go through exactly what those things meant that I showed in the intro.
How are you?
You can pelt Skinner. That's true, I'm looking for someone to hunt some wolves. Are you that person?
See you around.
I hate those nasty timber wolves, but I sure like eating wolf steaks. Bring me tough wolf meat and I will exchange it for something you'll find useful. Tough wolf meat is gathered from hunting the timber wolves and young wolves wandering around Northshire countryside.
Have a good one.
Very cool. Those are kinds of clues that we're going to have to look for within the quest text to make sure that we're headed in the right direction. So let us get started. I'll turn nameplates on for now. I think having them close by is completely fine, especially in a hardcore setting. But I do like having them turned off in the distance, as well as the names in general, not just the bars over their heads. Yeah, look at that, we've already picked up an upgrade in the flimsy chain bracers. That is a big part of the Ironman challenge. We can only equip white quality gear at all times. Should probably get auto loot turned on. There we go, that should work just fine. And we've chosen a paladin for the playthrough. I've been itching to play paladin again for quite some time. Very basic class, but a very relaxing one at that. And we start off with Seal of the Righteousness and Holy Light. Nothing much on the racial side besides, at least nothing active at least. Perception was always a very interesting but confusing ability for me. I don't think we'll find too much use out of it, but I'm sure we'll find plenty of use out of the human spirit, as well as sword and mace specialization. And with that, we've already hit level 2. Some more flimsy bracers again, stuff to vendor. Although I have a feeling that based on our rule set, we're not going to have to worry about money too much. All of our gear is going to have to come from vendors, and it'll be white gear, of course. And it'll have to come from vendors because we, of course, cannot use the auction house or trade. But we cannot use any primary professions either. So no mining and blacksmithing for us. We can't even make our own stuff. We're just going to have to purchase from the vendor. We're not allowed to use elixirs, potions, or flasks as well. And we are not allowed to accept buffs from anybody other than ourselves, of course. So we're going to have to keep track of that. We see, of course, a world, like one of those world buffs or anything that we gain from players passing by. We have to make sure that we stay on top of it. coming up on our last wolf meat here, then we're just going to have to take care of the rest of the vermin. So to continue to go down the list of rules here, we obviously cannot die. This is hardcore. We cannot group even in the open world, and we're not going to be taking care of any dungeons either. As far as secondary professions are concerned, since we can't use the primary ones, we are allowed to use first aid, but we are not allowed to use cooking and cooking buffs. So even if we find, some food or gain some food from quests, that would give us buffs, or if we find some potions in a chest, for example. It's all got to get vendored. None of it can be utilized. And perhaps the last big rule is, of course, no usage of talents whatsoever. That's going to be an interesting one for me. I've never actually played without talents before. That is both exciting and terrifying for me. But I think we get plenty of skills and plenty of upgrades for those skills for Paladin. That'll help us survive.
Hello. See you later. See you around. You
So
need
Egan,
something?
hey Sedelian, I'm getting hungry. Did you get the tough wolf meat?
Safe travels.
You've been busy. I can't wait to cook up that wolf meat. I have some things here. You might want to take your pick. Nothing here that's going to be super useful. Technically, these cloth boots are going to be better, but
Have a good one.
I'm okay with waiting until we can pick up some mail pieces. I do quite enjoy the way that our character looks at the moment. The classic squire look. We will equip this cape though, so I'll be sure to equip that.
Go with honor, friend.
Very nice. We've got an additional quest that we can pick up here from Deputy Willem. Let's see what he has to say.
Good day to you.
Brotherhood of Thieves. Recently a new group of thieves has been hanging around Northshire. They call themselves the Defias Brotherhood and have been seen across the river to the east. I don't know what they're up to, but I'm sure it's not good. Bring me the bandanas they wear, and I'll reward you with a weapon. Yeah, this is definitely something we're going to want to do pretty soon. I think at level 3 we might be okay, but we're going to have to approach it very carefully. And we'll be picking up the Militia Warhammer.
See you later.
Even the smallest upgrades are going to matter quite a lot for us in this playthrough.
Light be with you.
Hello, Marshal McBride.
Light bless you.
Well done, citizen. Those kobolds are thieves and cowards, but in large numbers they pose a threat to us, and the humans of Stormwind do not need another threat. For defeating them, you have my gratitude.
Be careful.
Something I do miss from my dialogue UI add-on, which improves the quest UI, makes it look pretty nice. It pretties it up. Is the fact that you can press spacebar to accept the quest and the reward and whatnot. And that's definitely something that I'm going to get used to. So you see me randomly jumping as I go through quest text. That is going to be the reason. Alright, so we have 2 additional quests here. We'll start with the Consecrated Letter. I was asked to bring this to your attention as soon as you returned from the Kobold camps, Sedelian. It appears to be a letter sealed with the insignia of Brother Samuel, our local paladin trainer. I wouldn't hesitate to read it before you go about any other business here in the Abbey.
For the Alliance.
And I think what we'll do is we'll read through some of these letters and some of the books that we might find throughout different buildings and inns and taverns and whatnot across Azeroth. I think that could be a lot of fun. Obviously, if they're super long, I think maybe if there's a way I can hold on to it somehow, especially if it's something that goes into our inventory Maybe I'll save it for later and we can kind of dedicate an episode to reading some of those books. By a cozy fire.
Go with honor, friend.
So the consecrated letter. I hope this letter finds you well, Paladin. I say that with great pride, because not many can possess such profound faith, but also know that they are among the most elite of Azeroth's protectors. Always remember, first and foremost, it is your duty to go to battle against those who seek to harm our world and bring corruption to our homes. I've been given authority over your training for the time being. When you are ready, seek me out inside Northshire Abbey. Brother Samuel. Some of these are pretty hard to read without the updated UI. Something I will take care of very quickly is to disable guild invites and trades and whatnot. Certainly don't need those to crowd our screen.
Be careful.
Investigate Echo Ridge. Sedalian, my scouts tell me that the kobold infestation is larger than we had thought. A group of kobold workers has camped near the Echo Ridge mine to the north. Go to the mine and remove them. We know there are at least 10. Kill them. See if there are more, then report back to me.
For the Alliance.
Yeah, there are certainly more than 10, I would say. Let's go speak with Brother Samuel.
Need help? Light bless you.
Finally, we meet face to face, brother to brother. I welcome you to Northshire. This will be your home for a short time while you learn the ins and outs of how things are done. But know that Stormwind is not far off, and sooner or later, your path will take you there. But until then, be patient, Knight of the Silver Hand.
Go with honor, friend.
In the meantime, you should know one or two things. You are a symbol to many here in this land. Act accordingly. The holy light shines within you, and it will be obvious to both you and your allies, or both your allies and your enemies. Also, as you gain in wisdom and power, you will need to train to learn new abilities. That's where I come in. When you feel you've gathered some experience here in Northshire, come back to me and I will teach you what I feel you are ready to learn. Good luck, Paladin.
Light bless you. Well met.
Let's see what we can pick up here. We can pick up Devotion Aura as a level 2 ability. And at level 4, we're going to be picking up Blessing of Might and Judgment. Both are going to be fantastic. Paladins get a ton of utility in the early game. And we're going to need all the help that we can get, especially after we leave Northshire Abbey. It's funny, I already find myself looking around, making sure that I haven't missed any quest markers. Exploration is going to be a very important aspect of this run. Let's open up our log, since we can't see anything on the map. Why don't we go ahead and investigate Echo Ridge next? We'll take on the workers. And then we'll shoot over to the vineyards to the east, and we'll take out the Defias Brotherhood. Looks like we picked up an upgrade in our glove slot, the flimsy chain gloves. Very nice. Very glad that these camps aren't hostile. Otherwise, this would be a pretty rough spot to complete quests. And just like that, looks like we picked up the flimsy chain vest as well. We are just rolling right through some of these new pieces. ourselves a quick heal. And one of the quests we're going to have to be sure to pick up is the one for Millie Osworth, the one to collect the grapes. That's definitely a quest marker that you would very easily miss if you are not utilizing add-ons. This should be the final worker that we need. Let's give ourselves another heal. Being brought down to quite a low amount so far for such an early level. It's a good thing that we're going to be able to utilize first aid. That'll be nice to supplement so we don't have to utilize Holy Light in between packs or sit down to eat. Since we are doing hardcore and since we are only allowed to equip white pieces, it might be wise to do a little bit of extra grinding here in the valley as well. Let's make sure we're level 6 and we have all of our upgraded abilities before we press forward. We'll go ahead and turn the Kobold quest in now. Let's see how far we get through level 3. Maybe we can do a little bit of extra grinding to level 4 so we can pick up Blessing of Might and Judgment before we move on.
King's honor, friend. For the Alliance.
I don't like hearing all these kobolds in our mine. No good can come of this. Here, take this as payment, and when you're ready, speak to me again. I would like you to go back out into the mines one more time.
Be careful.
Skirmish at Echo Ridge. Your previous investigations are proof that the Echo Ridge mine needs purging. Return to the mine and help clear it out of kobolds. Waste no time, Sedelian. The longer the kobolds are left unmolested in the mine, the deeper a foothold they gain in Northshire. Very good, we're going to be picking up some new boots from this.
Light bless you.
Let's go out and kill some wolves until we hit level 4. And then we'll grab our new abilities before we head up into the mine. Looks like we picked up those same gloves. Some nice vendor copper there. And with that, we have reached level 4. Let's return to Brother Samuel. And let us also vendor this trash in our inventory. It's kind of interesting that there are these vendors here that sell you a whole bunch of supplies and different weapons and whatnot that you are probably not going to be able to afford for the amount of time that you spend here. Looking at this is making me realize that maybe we should pick up a one-hander and a shield at some point as well. We could potentially save our life one day. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick up those 2 new abilities and then we'll head back out.
Light be with you.
This is great. 2 of our core abilities, including a buff now. This is one of the only buffs that we're pretty much ever going to see, besides, I guess, Devotion Aura you could consider a buff as well. But it's nice to have another button to press. Now let's go kill some kobolds. We should be pretty significantly boosted from these 2 new abilities. I think we'll do some grinding within the cave. Just a little bit extra. I'd rather grind inside the cave where things aren't going to be hostile towards us. Whereas I feel like grinding on the Defias Brotherhood in the vineyards might be a little bit too dangerous. Alright, let's take on the Echo Ridge Mine. I wonder if you can find any treasure chests in Northshire Valley in the starting area. If there would be one here, it would probably be located somewhere in this cave. Not that we could necessarily use anything, obviously, from the chest, but it would be nice to build up some early gold, or silver, I guess I should say, so that we can purchase a full set of white gear as soon as we possibly can. Let's remove Power Word Fortitude. We cannot use that. That is the first buff that we have received from another player. I'm not, there's no strict tracking involved with this character or anything. I'm just going to hold myself as best I can to the rule set. I'm not going to worry about it too much. But as soon as we notice that we have a buff, we'll try to remove it as quickly as we can. Look at that, there is a treasure chest back here. Interesting. Let's check it out. It's very possible that someone else has already looted it and left us the scraps. Yeah, nothing too interesting. Ragged cloak, some tough jerky. All pretty basic stuff. Kind of makes you wonder how the kobolds got into the valley to begin with. I mean, there's only one entrance, unless they headed over the hills or the mountains that surround the area. Perhaps there was another way to get in. We're certainly done with all the laborers. We're just taking out a few as we head out of the entrance. Get a little bit of extra grinding in. Once we turn in this quest, we shouldn't be too far away from level 5. I think that's going to be enough for now. Let's go ahead and turn this quest in first before we deal with the Defias. I want to see if this is the one that's going to send us over to Millie Osworth on the other side of the Abbey.
What are you looking for?
us speak with Marshal McBride
Greetings.
again.
For the Alliance.
Once again, you have earned my respect and the gratitude of the Stormwind Army. There may yet be kobolds in the mine, but I will marshal others against them. We have further tasks for you. Looks like we're getting some new boots.
Go with honor, friend.
Let's equip those.
For the Alliance.
And we're already getting the quest to report to Goldshire. Sedelian, you are a paladin with proven interest in the security of Northshire. You are now tasked with the protection of the surrounding Elwyn Forest. If you accept this duty, then I have prepared papers that must be delivered to Marshal Duggan in Goldshire. Goldshire lies along the southern road, past the border gates.
Go with honor, friend.
Alright, so the Millie Osworth quest must come from completing the bandanas. We'll pay a quick visit to her real quick just to make sure. Pays to look around a little bit. And yeah, I think we're good to proceed with the collection of the bandanas. Haven't seen too many other players here so far, so let's just be careful. Looks like we already picked up the patrol. And you know what? I'm glad that we came here at level 4, basically level 5 at this point once we take out this thug. We're going to be in a good position to take on this quest. Whereas it would have been a little bit more scary, I think, if we were level 3 going into level 4. So far we're doing pretty good on the bandanas. I know they're not a 100% drop rate. Sometimes you can get unlucky. But so far, I'd say we've been doing pretty good. Let's definitely avoid this camp of 3 over here. Yeah, I don't think we want to have to deal with that. And I think we'll try our luck with Garrick Padfoot as well. I think we'll do okay. I don't think he should pose too much of a threat with our current skill set. And just like that, we have collected all of our bandanas. I like the path that we took. That was probably a lot faster than what it would have been if we tried that at level 3. And now we can pick up our new weapon. I feel even safer, at least at the time being.
What can I do for you?
Have you gathered those bandanas for me yet?
Safe travels.
Back with some bandanas, I see. The Stormwind Army appreciates your help. Let's pick up the Militia Warhammer.
See you later.
Very, very nice. Looks like we picked up some flimsy chain pants along the way too. Didn't notice that at first. That is very cool. And here we go. We got our last 2 quests, I believe, of the Valley.
See you around.
You've shown yourself a dependable paladin, Sidelian. Dependable and not afraid to get your hands dirty, eh? I have a friend, Millie Osworth, who's in some trouble. She's over with her wagon on the other side of the Abbey, near the stable. I'm sure she could use a pair of hands like yours.
Safe travels.
Garrick Padfoot, a cutthroat who's plagued our farmers and merchants for weeks, was seen at a shack near the vineyards which lies east of the Abbey and across the bridge. Bring me the villain's head and earn his bounty. But be wary, Sidelian. Garrick has gathered a gang of thugs around him. He will not be an easy man to reach. One thing I wish I could do is move the quest window more towards the center of the screen. I think that would have been a nice touch. Would make things a little bit easier. I think we'll be just fine. Let's go speak with Millie. I'm actually very excited to run into my first quest where I don't know where the quest giver is, or where I'm supposed to take a certain item, or where I'm supposed to gather a certain thing.
Hey there.
I think that's going to be a lot of fun to figure out. Oh, Deputy Willamette told you to speak with me. He's a brave man and always willing to help, but his duties keep him stuck at Northshire Abbey, and I'm afraid the problem I have today is beyond him. Perhaps you can help me.
See you later.
A gang of brigands, the Defias, moved into the Northshire vineyards while I was harvesting. I reported it to the Northshire guards, and they assured me they'd take care of things, but I'm afraid for my crop of grapes. If the Defias don't steal them, then I fear our guards will trample them when they chase away the thugs. Please, you must help me. I gathered most of my grapes into buckets, but I left them in the vineyards to the southeast. Bring me those crates. Save my harvest.
Safe travel.
And we shall do just that. We'll probably have to do a little bit more grinding while we're over in the vineyards, but we're going to have to kill plenty of Defias anyway to get to those grapes. So it should work out, I would think. This new weapon should certainly help us as well. I'll feel pretty safe if we end up pulling 2. Yeah, we're dealing lots of damage now, which feels really fantastic. There's a treasure chest on the other side of this giant keg here, so we're going to go check that out. Let's see what we get this time. More of the same kind of junk, I suppose, but more copper is more copper, and we are definitely going to need more of that. We're going to enter the vineyards now. We're going to start collecting these grapes. I don't see any other players around, so we are going to have to be extra careful. Pay attention to any hyper spawns that may occur. Let's make sure we safely approach each of these buckets. I think these buckets should come back fairly quickly, so I'm not too concerned about running out of any on this side at least. Just need 2 more of the harvest, and then we'll take care of Garrick Padfoot. And once we take him out, I think we will head back and turn the quests in first. We'll see how close we can get to level 6, because we might be able to push past. I think we'll have enough. Alright, let's carve our path towards Garrick. Right there he is with his little buddy next to him. Let's get this done. I think that must have been a crit there. That's beautiful. And a piece of cake. Beautiful. Let's get back to Deputy Willem and turn in these quests. It's another flimsy chain vest. Looks like it occupies our last inventory slot. Looks like we've already got that equipped. We're just missing a belt. So we could equip the ragged leather belt here. I think that's totally fine. Should be totally fine for now. Let's inventory this stuff first, and then we'll turn the quests.
Looking for something specific?
Hey there.
Did you find Garrick's shack? Are we finally free of that villain?
See you around.
Ha, you got him. You've done Elwyn a great service and earned a nice bounty. Fortunately, this bounty, nothing we can use here. We'll take a look at what this cloak looks like. It's delivering the same amount of armor, but it's very white. We'll take the gray one. I think it looks a little bit better. It's our current setup, at least. Now let's go speak with Millie.
You need something? See you around.
Oh, thank you, Sedelian. You saved my harvest, and I hope you showed a few of those Defias that they can't cause trouble around here. You might be short on guards these days, but we're lucky to have heroes like you to protect us.
Have a good one.
Now that my crop is saved, take this grape manifest to Brother Niels. He manages the store of food and drink in Northshire, and I'm sure he'll be delighted to hear that he has fresh grapes. You'll find Brother Niels in the Abbey, in the bell tower, where he likes to taste his wine. Oh, and there is our belt, the latched belt. Very
See
cool.
you around.
So they really do give you a full set of gear for the most part, obviously besides the shoulders and the head slot. Or anything that you don't get from a quest, you're probably going to get a drop from one of the random enemies within the starting zone. Alright, let's head into the Abbey itself. We're going to head up the stairs. And let's wrap up Northshire Valley once and for all. Should be able to pick up our level 6 abilities too. Take a look at what we got.
You need something?
You look to be in fine spirits. Come, have a seat and have a drink.
See you around.
Let's see here. Oh my, Millie's grapes have been saved. When she told me that the brigands overran her vineyards, I nearly despaired. But my faith in the light did not waver. And through your bravery, we now have grapes for more wine. May the light bless you, Sedelian, and keep you safe.
See you later.
Yes, the wine is more important than the food and drink for everyone else. Alright, that is our new belt, and now we're going to go back to Brother Samuel and pick up our new abilities.
Well met.
What do we got here? We got lots of stuff. Holy Light, Divine Protection, and Seal of the Crusader. Seal of the Crusader is helpful for dealing a little bit of extra damage when combined with the Seal of the Righteousness. I don't think we're going to use it right now. I don't think we need to. I think it'll become perhaps more relevant when we get to the 10s and the 20s, that sort of range. But for now, I think we'll leave it alone. 1 silver is a lot for us right now, and I would like to pick up some new white gear as soon as we can. A new weapon is probably going to be our priority, I would imagine, but it depends on how hard we're getting hit and whatnot. We'll have to test that out. In the meantime, we've got rank 2 of Holy Light, and we've got Divine Protection. Get out of jail free card, essentially. Only lasts for about 6 seconds, but we are completely immune during those 6 seconds, so that is awesome. And guys, that is going to do it for me for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the series. I'm very excited to get into it further. I'm very excited to take things slow, to explore, to learn new things and try to figure things out on my own. In any case, I thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.